This is Ian Bailey with Ian on Torah. I'm doing this video today. I wasn't planning on it, but a very special friend, long-distance friend in New York, inspired me to make sure I did a video post this week. So we're speaking about Vayikra, an animal sacrifice, perhaps one of the most perplexing parts of the Torah, because today we're educated people, we're intelligent. We wonder, why is it that God commands us to have animal sacrifice and a seemingly barbaric ritual? And if times have changed, why is it that most people hold in the third temple we're going to have these mitzvot, these commandments? So the first step in my answer is to turn to Maimonides, Rambam. Rambam has a very rational approach in his Moreh Nevuchim to understanding animal sacrifice. Maimonides says that God does not change human nature. At the time the Torah was given, animal sacrifice was firmly ingrained in the nature of the Jew. Even though prayer and meditation are ideal, sacrifice is less ideal, God did not want to change nature, so he sort of pointed the desire to do animal sacrifice at himself, at God's self. So the basic answer is that God turned it into a commandment. God doesn't change human nature. People were doing this, so he turned it into something more lofty. Very satisfying academic type of answer. The only question is, why is it that this mitzvah remains, even today in the third temple? Most people hold we're going to have it. Really, why is that a satisfying answer? I don't have that ingrained in me. If I was a Kohen, I'd go up there and sprinkle blood. It would gross me out. So I think you have to take another step to clarify Maimonides, or probably it's an extension of his idea. The Moreh Nevuchim literally means the guidepost for the perplexed. Rambam did not directly give you an answer in this book necessarily. He contradicted himself. He made it unclear. It's like a labyrinth in there. So oftentimes I use it as a springboard to think of a contemporary idea. And for me, I'm a big psychology person, and I'm a big fan of Carl Jung. I think a lot of his principles are kosher and can be used even for the religious Jew. A nice blending of taking what he has and using it to enlighten what we have in the tradition. So Carl Jung postulates that all humans are born with what he called the collective unconscious. In our mind, innately we have similar psychology. So, for example, we all yearn for certain archetypes. We want to be with a mother figure, a father figure. If we don't have it, we're missing something. We might have, in mythology around the world, there's similar monster figures, and people in different countries in the world didn't know each other. They came up with similar looking temples. The idea I'm telling you is on a post on my website, and we have pictures there. I have pictures there that show how different parts of the world had similar statues and imagery, and according to Carl Jung, it all makes sense. We all have a collective unconscious, similar basic psychology. I want to use this idea to try and understand Rambam's idea, or make my own extension from it. What separates me from a tribesman who never went to school, or who he believes in mythical thinking, they believe in eating blood, animal sacrifice today. Go around the world today, people are sacrificing animals, offering yogurt to little statues, things that are not monotheism. Why is it that people, or that animal sacrifice, why are people doing that? Even though you and I are educated and went to school and rational, in the back of our mind, we also have there is a base human nature that has a certain desire towards more base emotions, such as murder, revering animals and fertility. If we grew up there, we would believe that also. It's within our mind to believe it. We have that capacity. So with that idea, we can understand a couple points about animal sacrifice. Why is it still relevant? So the first idea is, well, all of these animals in the back of our mind represent something. Animals and blood. Chopping off the head of a cow can mean you want to make materialism or wealth less important. It's not important. You have to earn a living, but less important. Eating meat. We would get rid of part of the cow. We don't eat it. We have dietary laws. As our Kohanim and we do animal sacrifice, we actually might be abating part of our base psychology to get away from us. We're actually harnessing our primitive nature to push it away and to only think about monotheistic destination for the prayers. Blood might seem like a gross fluid, which is a biological necessity, but it may reach deeply unconscious psychological traces in our psyche that deal with life, death, and murderous tendencies. Another aspect. Listen, in our minds, we really do have these type of behaviors. Think about it. All humans will like a building for a temple. We want a priestly caste of leaders, of Kohanim leaders. It might seem primitive, but it seems to be we all have this sort of drive. So it even could just be that we have a drive for animal sacrifice, and it's sort of abated in the back of our mind. Not that we even have to destroy it. So I'm just going to stop here to keep it short. If I have more ideas, I'll try to post it in the comments or whatever. But just to going into Vayikra, don't think about a stinky slaughterhouse. The point of it is to harness the base nature of humans and to aim it at God, and to abate the base nature of humans, because we're supposed to overcome it with our intellect. Have a good Shabbos. This has been Ian on Torah, Vayikra, the book of Leviticus.